정치, 문화, CEO, 스포츠, 각 분야의 굿피플, 핫피플, 갓피플을 모시고 인생 이야기를 들어보는 이야기를 담다 이담입니다. 오늘은 미래 교육의 새로운 지평을 열고 있는 교육계의 굿피플입니다. 기존의 울타리를 넘어 전 세계를 교실로 만들고 배움의 본질을 다시 묻는 교육자인데요. 지식보다 생각하는 힘을, 성적보다 살아가는 지혜를 전하는 분입니다. 마이크 맥이 미네르바 대학 총장과 함께합니다.
Had many students go into the largest companies in the world. And we've had students who work for very important NGOs and for their own governments all over the world.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
감사합니다. 한국말로 또 인사를 해주셨네요. 자, 이렇게 모시게 돼서 정말 영광입니다.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here.
자, 차 한잔 하시면서 얘기를 시작해 볼게요. 이건 메리골드 차입니다.
감사합니다.
네, 먼저 우리 시청자 여러분께서 아마 외국인이 나와서 깜짝 놀라셨을 텐데 간단한 자기소개 좀 부탁드릴게요.
Yes, I'm Mike McGee. I'm the president of Minerva University. I've been president for 3.5 years. And in that time, we have been ranked #1 in the World University Rankings each year.
네, 그럼 이번에 한국에 오신 이유가 뭔지 그 컨퍼런스 때문이라고 들었는데 좀 설명을 해주시죠. 어떤 컨퍼런스인지.
Yes, this is the conference for the World University Rankings for Innovation. So hundreds of university presidents and leaders from around the world are coming to Busan to convene to talk about their most innovative ideas and their most innovative programs and to learn from each other. And we'll also be receiving an award as the world's most innovative university.
축하드립니다. 자, 미네르바 대학 아까 얘기하신 것처럼 세계에서 가장 혁신적인 대학 중 하나로 항상 꼽혀오고 있습니다. 지금 1위가 미네르바 대학교, 2위가 애리조나 주립대학교, 3위는 MIT, 4위는 스탠포드, 5위 펜실베니아 이렇게 한국 분들도 많이 아는 대학들이 이제 밑에 자리하고 있고 미네르바 대학교가 1위를 하고 있습니다. 직접 이제 왜 이렇게 혁신적인 대학을 항상 꼽히는지 좀 소개를 부탁드릴게요.
Yes, well, there's two main reasons why we're considered the most innovative university in the world. The first is that we've completely reimagined university residential life as a global experience. All of our students study on 4 continents in 4 years, and they live in residency halls that are the most globally diverse residential communities in the world. In every residency hall at Minerva as an undergraduate student, you'll be living with students from over 40 nations and learning from each other about yourself, the world, and your own path to global leadership.
네.
The second innovation is a pedagogical innovation. It's about the way that we teach. Every seminar at Minerva is a discussion-based seminar facilitated by expert faculty, where students get to engage in deep and meaningful discussion about problems that they are passionate about solving.
그런 만큼 또 이제 학교의 학생들의 면면을 보면 굉장히 다양한 국가의 학생들로 이루어져 있습니다. 보시다시피 동아시아 학생들도 많고요. 동유럽, 중앙아시아, 중동, 북미 굉장히 다양합니다. 이렇게 이제 일부러 학생들을 뽑을 때 좀 다양성을 유지를 하려고 노력을 하시는지 궁금합니다.
This idea of having a globally diverse population of students is essential to the design of Minerva University. And part of the reason why is because when a Korean student, for instance, graduates from Minerva University, they will have a personal and professional network of talented young people from all over the world that will serve them very well for the rest of their lives. We think most of the world's most important problems are global problems. They require high levels of global understanding, and global cooperation. And so building at a young age your personal and your professional network of peers from around the world is something that we think is a very wise thing to do.
네. 그러면 우리 지금 미네르바 실제 다니고 있는 학생들의 이야기를 저희가 좀 준비를 했거든요. 그 영상 함께 보시겠습니다.
부모님이죠 보통 아니면 보호자분과 같이 면담을 진행을 하는데 그 내용이 학생의 학업 성취도가 아닌 부모님의 교육 가치관이나 삶의 가치관에 대해서 질문을 하시고 실제로 부모님께 더 질문을 많이 하시더라고요. 그래서 저는 그것도 되게 특별하다고 느꼈어요.
되게 특이하게도 자기 인생을 돌아봤을 때 가장 큰 6개의 성취를 쓰라고 하거든요. 저는 이 부분이 정말 특별하면서도 내 인생을 되게 돌아볼 수 있게 해주는 입시 과정을 가지고 있구나라는 걸 되게 느꼈던 것 같아요. 그래서 웬만한 학교들은 학생으로서 이룬 성취를 물어보죠. 그것도 고등학교 3년 내를 물어보지 자기의 인생을 되돌아보거나 하지 않거든요.
다른 대학의 입시와 좀 내용이 좀 다르기 때문에 굉장히 특이하다, 좀 독특하다라고 또 얘기를 하는 것 같은데 제가 느끼기에도 그 부모님을 인터뷰한다라는 게 굉장히 특이하게 느껴졌거든요. 왜 부모님을 인터뷰하는 건지 궁금해요.
We are exceptional at educating future global leaders who want to make the world a better place. And so we do want to understand the kind of values that young people have based on their families' values. We want to make sure that we are attracting students who are aligned with the kind of institution that we are. So understanding the kind of families that our students grew up in is very helpful to us to understand whether a student is a good fit from Minerva.
그리고 이제 미네르바 대학 아까 얘기하신 것처럼 글로벌 캠퍼스라고 해서 각국의 각 도시에 이제 캠퍼스들이 있어요. 보시는 것처럼 샌프란시스코, 서울, 베를린, 런던, 타이페이, 부에노스아이레스, 하이데라바드까지 이렇게 여러 도시의 캠퍼스를 두는 이유가 있을까요?
Well, the most important thing it brings is a deep, deep understanding of both our similarities and our differences as people in different cultural contexts around the world. So in a world that is very interconnected, it's so helpful to understand how different problems play out in different cultures. A problem that might be similar in some ways in Korea and Argentina might actually have different solutions because of the nature of those cultures and economies and geographies. So our students get to experience that over 4 years in a very wide variety of problems across all of our majors, all of our classes, and it's really a profound learning experience. So this is a central part of the Minerva educational model. It's not just about classes at Minerva. We have a very exceptional project-based learning curriculum that depends on developing civic partners in every city where we operate around the globe. In Seoul, from the very beginning, we've had excellent civic partners, including some of Korea's most important companies. And the feedback that we've received from those companies is that this is a very mutually beneficial partnership. Our partnership with Kakao, the feedback we received from executives was that our students were almost like expert consultants in the projects that they engaged in, including a project related to Kakao's new app and the integration of blockchain into that app. So we are attracting some of the most talented students in the world. They're passionate problem solvers. And our partners in the civic partnership space experience that all the time with a great deal of consistency.
이렇게 여러 나라에서 공부를 하게 되면 사실상 비용도 엄청나게 들 텐데 학비가 어느 정도 되는지 저희가 좀 봤습니다. 그랬더니 일단 대충은 한 3만 달러 정도로 보이고 여기에 이제 다른 또 부대 비용들이 들어가게 되겠죠. 다른 나라에서 공부를 하니까. 뭐 물론 아이비리그에 비해서는 좀 적은 금액이라고 하지만 좀 부담이 되는 친구들도 있을 것 같은데 장학금이 굉장히 잘 되어 있다고 들었어요.
Although relative to other selective U.S. universities, we are highly affordable, we also recognize that many, many talented young people from around the world still need additional financial assistance to attend Minerva University. We're very lucky that last year Reed Hastings, the founder of Netflix, established a large scholarship program at Minerva to allow students from all over the world to attend Minerva regardless of whether their families can afford our tuition.
그러니까 세계 굴지의 기업이 이렇게 지원을 한다는 건 그만큼 미네르바 대학이 정말 대단하다라는 생각이 드는데 그 장학금 주는 제도에 있어서 기준이 성적 기반이 아니라고 들었거든요. 어떤 학생들을 기준으로 또 주시는지.
That's right. Our large scholarship program is a need-based scholarship program. So you still have to meet our criteria of admission. We still want you to be among the most talented young people in the world. But whether or not you receive a scholarship is based on whether your family has financial need.
그러니까 진짜 얘기를 들으면 들을수록 미네르바 대학의 어떤 교육 철학이라든지 장학금 제도 모든 게 굉장히 실용적이다라는 생각이 드는데요. 미네르바 학생들이 현재 어떤 일상을 보내고 있는지도 궁금해서 저희가 또 영상을 미리 준비를 했습니다. 함께 한번 보시겠습니다.
이제 미네르바라는 시스템 자체가 되게 도전적이고 제가 한 번도 경험해 본 적이 없는 그런 시스템이잖아요. 근데 그 적응하면서도 이제 샌프란시스코라는 도시를 미네르바와 함께 그리고 저희 친구들과 함께 살아나갈 수 있다는 것에 되게 저는 너무 재밌게 느꼈던 것 같아요.
굉장히 다양한 나라에서 오는 친구들을 만나면서 관점이 되게 넓어지는 것 같아요. 제가 정말 친한 가깝게 지내는 친구들은 이제 카자흐스탄 쪽에 사는데 중앙아시아죠. 웬만하면은 저희 인생에서 한번 볼까 말까한 학생들을 저는 주변에 한 거의 9명, 10명씩 두고 살다 보니까 그 나라에 대한 문화를 이해하게 되고 또 그 학생들과 교류를 하면서 저런 내가 생각보다 알지 못했던 인식이 없었던 나라를 통해서도 정말 대단한 학생들이 많이 나오고 있구나 라는 것을 많이 경험하면서
학생들 얘기를 들어봐도 이렇게 다른 나라에서 여러 나라에서 이렇게 같이 공부를 하고 같이 생활하다 보니까 굉장히 또 학생들끼리 굉장히 끈끈해지는 것 같아요. 그렇게 네트워크가 강하게 구축되는 것도 어떻게 보면 의도를 하신 건지.
Yes, this is a central part of the design of our undergraduate experience. Our students all graduate with deep and meaningful relationships with peers from around the world. Many of our students continue to work with classmates from their time at Minerva and even start companies with classmates from their time at Minerva. Two of our most famous alumni have founded a company called Seabound. It produces carbon capture equipment for the biggest ships in the world. And they came to Minerva from China and from Sweden. And really, Minerva University is the only place these two students would ever have met. And now they've founded a very successful company together.
아까 또 이제 얘기를 하다 보니까 그 도쿄에도 AI 연구소를 지었다고 했고요. 한국에도 갈등 해결 연구소를 이제 짓는다고 들었거든요. 왜 한국인지, 갈등 해결 연구소가 왜 한국에 있어야 하는지 이런 것도 또 궁금합니다.
So we're having very exciting conversations with potential partners and donors in Korea about this programming around conflict resolution and diplomacy. And we think that Korea is a especially good place to locate this programming because of the rich and interesting cultural and political history of Korea and the role it plays geopolitically in the world today. I met last year when I came to Seoul with Ban Ki-moon, who is a very inspiring leader to me. And a good example of a Korean leader who has played a very, very important role at the United Nations in conflict resolution. So we think it's the ideal place to build programming, not just for our undergraduate students, but in graduate and executive education around diplomacy, conflict resolution, peace building.
그리고 의정부에도 글로벌 혁신 센터를 짓는다고 들었는데 지금 보시는 것처럼 글로벌 혁신 거점이 조성된다라고 굉장히 기대가 큽니다. 이게 어떤 곳인지 설명을 좀 부탁드릴게요.
So we've had very, very promising conversations with leadership in Ujeongbu about participating in their Global Innovation Center. I find the idea of being a university partner in a major economic development project focused on innovation and entrepreneurship to be very exciting. So as that project moves forward, we hope to be a very key partner there and hope that it can become part of our long-term planning about ensuring that undergraduate Minerva programming is sustainable in Korea. We've also talked to many partners in Korea about bringing the research and project work that we're doing in AI and sustainability to Korea. But my main goal is to just make sure that our Seoul program is sustainable for the next decade and beyond, and that will depend on us building strong partnerships here. So the reason I try to spend as much time as I can in Seoul is that so that we can continue to build relationships with the kind of partners we need in order to be successful here for a very long time.
여러 가지 얘기를 해봤는데요. 좀 총장님의 또 개인적인 얘기도 좀 해봐야 될 것 같습니다. 그 개인적인 이야기를 끌어내기 위해서 저희가 키워드 토크라는 걸 준비했습니다. 여기 보시면 외과 의사, 소련, 아이비리그 색깔 이런 것들이 있는데요. 그 키워드들이 이 박스 안에 들어 있습니다. 이 이제 상자 안에서 하나를 뽑아주시면 그 이야기를 한번 나눠보겠습니다. 뽑아주시죠. 뽑아서 한번 카메라를 향해 보여주시면 감사하겠습니다.
의사.
네, 맞습니다. 의사, 외과 의사입니다. 흑인 환자의 수술을 거부한 사건이 인생을 바꾸는 계기가 됐다라고 하던데요. 이게 어떤 일이었죠?
Yes, so my father was a surgeon, and I grew up around him at a very young age when he was learning how to be a surgeon in the American South at a time when racial tension in America was very, very high. And my father experienced a situation where his superior refused to operate on a middle-aged black man who had come into the emergency room in very bad shape. So my father, as a young man, had to perform that surgery by himself to save that man's life. And I happened to hear him telling this story to my mother when I was about 7 years old. And it did teach me an important lesson that my father always tried to instill in me, which is that everyone, regardless of their background or their identity, deserves health care, deserves education, that these are forms of care that every member of society deserves equally. And so that is a value that my father instilled in me that I've tried to carry with me for the rest of my life and is very important to my leadership at Minerva.
그렇기 때문에 다양성을 좀 더 강조하면서 또 교육 철학을 갖게 되신 것 같은데 아버지가 얘기가 나왔으니까 또 어떤 분이셨는지 좀 궁금합니다.
Yes, so my father is 78 years old. He's very important to me. He's my wisest counselor. And he's a very gentle person. He's dedicated his life to caring for others. And that life of service has been a very powerful example to me and to my siblings. He's also a very good husband and a very good grandfather. So these are things that I try to emulate in my own life.
아버지를 굉장히 사랑하는 게 느껴지는 게요. 이 얘기하시면서 환하게 또 웃으시니까 정말 존경하는 아버지구나라는 생각이 좀 들었습니다. 저희가 또 다른 이야기를 꺼내보기 위해서 키워드 토크 또 한 번 진행을 해보겠습니다. 아까 키워드들이 여러 가지가 있었거든요. 또 한 번 이 상자 안에서 종이를 뽑아주시면 그 안에 있는 얘기를 해보겠습니다. 네, 두 번째 키워드는 색깔.
Yep.
colors입니다.
Colors, yes.
네, 미네르바 수업마다 색깔이 있다고 들었습니다. 예를 들어서 저희가 사진을 하나 보여드릴 텐데요. 자, 여기 보면 노란색, 빨간색, 초록색이 있거든요. 이게 어떤 의미인지 궁금합니다.
So this is very important to the Minerva education model. What those colors mean and what they show us is the degree to which our students are engaged in classroom discussions and the quality of their engagement in class. That is what a faculty member, what a professor sees when they're teaching a class at Minerva. They see those colors and they know who has been participating, they know about the quality of that participation, and it gives them a guide to make sure that they are connecting with each student and pulling students into the discussion in a way that will make them feel like they are valued in the classroom experience. So it's critical to the pedagogy at Minerva, and this is part of what's innovative at Minerva is we use technology to enable great teaching.
학생들이 이걸 통해서 또 굉장히 글로벌 리더로서 성장하는데 큰 도움이 될 것 같은데 아까도 잠깐 얘기를 해주시긴 했는데 기억에 남는 학생이 있다면 혹시 다른 또 학생들이 있는지 궁금합니다.
Yes, I mean, too many to count. But we have hundreds of students, over 7 graduating classes, who have gone to the best graduate school programs in the world. I was just in Chicago with a group of our alumni, and 3 of them are in PhD programs at the University of Chicago. Excellent university. We've had 100% of our students who apply to selective graduate schools get accepted to those schools. We've had many, many, many students go into the largest companies in the world. I was just with an alumni who's now in a director role at Google DeepMind, for instance. And we've had students who work for very important NGOs and for their own governments all over the world. 95% of our students report to us that within 6 months of graduating, they have access to the career pathway of their choice. So we think we're having a lot of success in helping talented young people find their careers after graduation.
미네르바 대학교는 사실 뭐 신생대학이라고 해도 무방하죠. 이제 13년 정도 됐으니까요. 이제 앞으로 미네르바 대학이 어떤 대학으로 이제 발전했으면 좋겠는지 그 부분도 좀 얘기를 해주시죠.
So my vision for Minerva University in the future is that if you are an aspiring global leader who cares about a safe and sustainable and just future, then Minerva should be a place where you can come to learn. As an undergraduate student, but also as a graduate student in executive education, and we're even developing programs for high school students to try courses at Minerva. So we want to create a lifelong pathway for aspiring global leaders at Minerva University as we grow, and we are planning to grow substantially over the next decade. So that's exciting to me. I wake up very excited to go to work every day because I think the mission is so important. 10 years from now, I would like to be able to say that I was the president who grew Minerva University substantially in our undergraduate program, but also in the way we serve high school students and graduate students and executives in our executive education programs. I'd like to say I was the president of Minerva University who built strong partnerships with other universities and with governments around the world. So I hope I can look back 10 years from now and say that I did a very good job in helping Minerva University to fulfill its promise.
배움이라는 건 교실 안에만 머무는 게 아니라 정말 여정이라는 생각이 드는 시간이었습니다. 오늘 정말 새로운 교육 철학으로 아이들을 글로벌 리더로 또 키워내고 계신 미네르바의 마이크 맥기 총장과 이야기를 나눠봤습니다. 저희는 이 다음에 만나요.